Dog nutrition tips. How little or how much should you be feeding your four-legged cutie pie? Find out in this video. Remember that dogs of different ages have different nutritional requirements, so learn what your pet's body needs at the various stages of life and structure a balanced diet that can boost your dog's cell maintenance and growth and overall health. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How you doing today? I'm doing fantastic if you were to ask me, and I hope that you are doing as fantastic as I am. And if you are, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about dog nutrition tips. And let's first start with nutrients your dog needs. Nutrients are substances obtained from food and used by an animal as a source of energy and as part of the metabolic machinery necessary for maintenance and growth. So there are 6 essential classes of nutrients dogs need for optimum health living. First, we have water. So this is essential to life, right? Water accounts for about 60 to 70% of an adult's pet's body weight. While food may help meet some of your pet's water needs, dried food has up to 10% moisture, while canned food has up to 78% moisture. Pets must have fresh, clean water available to them at all times. A deficiency of water may have serious consequences for pets. For example, a 10% decrease in body water can cause serious illness, while a 15% loss can result in death. This is serious business, folks. Proteins. Proteins are the basic building blocks for cells, tissues, organs, enzymes, hormones, and antibodies. And they are essential, therefore, for growth, maintenance, reproduction, and also repair, right? Now, proteins can be obtained from a number of sources, including animal-based meat, such as I'm talking about chicken, lamb, turkey, beef, fish, and eggs, which have complete amino acid profiles, and in veggies, cereals and soy, but these are considered incomplete proteins. Now, similar to, we have given this advice to cat owners too, and this applies to you also as a dog owner. Do never give your pet raw eggs, because raw egg white contains avidin, which is an anti-vitamin that interferes with the metabolism of fats, glucose, amino acids, and energy. Let's now talk about fat. Fats are the most concentrated form of food energy, providing your pet with more than twice the energy of proteins or carbohydrates. Fats are essential in the structure of cells, needed for the production of some hormones, and are required for absorption and utilization of certain vitamins, right? Fats also provide insulation, right, and protection for internal organs. So a deficiency of essential fatty acids such as the linoleic acid, I'll get there, results in reduced growth or increased skin problems. Carbs. Carbs provide energy. They play a vital role in the health of the intestine, and they are important for reproduction. While there is no minimum carbohydrate requirement, there is a minimum glucose requirement necessary to supply energy to critical organs such as the brain. Fibers are kinds of carbohydrates that alter the bacterial population in the small intestine, which can help manage chronic diarrhea in dogs. For dogs to obtain the most benefit from fiber, the fiber source must be moderately fermentable. Moderately fermentable fibers, including beet pulp, which is commonly used in dog foods, are best to promote a healthy gut while avoiding the undesirable side effects of highly fermentable fibers like flatulence and excess mucus. Other examples of moderately fermentable fibers include grains, I'm talking here corn, rice, and wheat middlings. Foods that are higher in fiber are not good for dogs with high energy requirements and who are young and growing. Let's talk about vitamins. Tiny amounts of vitamins are necessary in dogs for normal metabolic functioning. Most vitamins cannot be synthesized in the body, and therefore they are essential to obtain in the food. So note though that when feeding your dog a complete and balanced diet, it is not necessary to give a vitamin supplement unless a specific vitamin deficiency has been diagnosed by a vet. because if you have over supplementation, this could you can have poisoning due to excess vitamins, and this is called hypervitaminosis. And this is more common these days than vitamin deficiency, unfortunately. And vitamin deficiency, vets will call it hypovitaminosis. Excess surplus vitamin A may result in bone and joint pain, brittle bones, and dry skin. So excess vitamin D may result in very dense bones, soft tissue calcification, and kidney failure, unfortunately. So you want to stay away from over supplementation. And the last nutrients your dog needs is minerals. Minerals are nutrients that cannot be synthesized by animals and must therefore be provided in the diet. In general, minerals are most important as structural constituents of bones and teeth for maintaining fluid balance and for their involvement in many metabolic reactions. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We are still having a wonderful conversation today around dog nutrition, and I'm giving you a few tips. This is actually a tutorial, a guide, if you will. And if you love this kind of content, this sort of a well-researched, perfect content, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so we can keep you in the loop every single day when we drop a new show. We cover a variety of topics. This is not just a channel about pets or pet lovers. We cover a whole variety of topics, so you want to subscribe because you will not be disappointed. Share the content, like it, and comment below. If you have questions around dog nutrition, please comment below. We will answer you. Let's talk now about weaning and feeding your puppy. If you're responsible caring for puppies in the first few months of their lives, you'll need to be prepared to move them from a diet of mom's milk to regular puppy food. This process of gradually reducing a puppy's dependency on his mother's milk, known as weaning, should generally begin between 3 or 4 weeks of age and is ideally completed by the time the puppy is 7 to 8 weeks. When to wean a litter of puppies? Puppies generally receive complete nutrition from their mother's milk for the first 4 weeks of life, as I said earlier. So there is really no need, if you think about it, there's really no need to feed them anything during that time. However, in the event that the mother dog is ill or does not produce enough milk during those 4 weeks, or if the pups are found as orphans, it may be necessary to feed them commercial milk replacer. If you find yourself in this situation, you want to always contact first your vet for products and feeding recommendations. After that time, it's best to let weaning be a gradual process that occurs over several weeks. So this allows the mother dog to slowly dry up her milk supply, and puppies need time to learn important behaviors from their mother and littermates, including how to interpret signs of dominance and inhibit their own biting habits and submit to more dominant dogs. Puppies generally begin eating puppy food around 3 to 4 weeks of age. How do you wean a litter of puppies? You want to always start by implementing the mother from her litter. So you want to start by separating the mother from her litter for a few hours at a time. This time apart will reduce the pup's dependency on their mother's milk and overall presence. So while separated, you want to introduce the puppies to eating from a pan. Now, the amount of food, let's say the amount of food, the quantity, the frequency, and length of separation can be gradually increased. As the puppies becomes independent and self-confident, they can spend more and more time away from their mother until they're completely weaned. Please be patient. In this process, you want to take your time and take it easy. It can be frustrating if puppies don't immediately take to the transition, and you have to be aware that you will have some periodic setbacks, and that's normal. Caring for the mother during the weaning process. To prevent the mother from overproducing milk, which can lead to painful, engorged mammary glands, you gotta follow a feeding and separation schedule both for her and the pups. And you want to talk about this to your vet to ensure that the puppies are receiving adequate nutrition and that the mother's food intake is being adjusted accordingly when she's no longer nursing her litter. Let's talk about feeding your puppy during the weaning process. While weaning, it's a good idea to feed puppies the same high-quality puppy food they'll eat throughout their entire growth period. Be sure to moisten the food with warm water or a puppy milk replacer to create a soupy mix that is appealing to their sensitive palates. Puppies often play with their food when it's first introduced, but they will quickly learn what to do with it. You want to always start with, say, small quantities and then gradually increase the amount of puppy food. By the time the pups are completely weaned, and this should happen around, say, 7 to 8 weeks, they should be eating their dried food consistently. How much dried food to feed your puppy? Now, puppies are in a growth phase, right? So they are growing fast. Therefore, they require up to twice the energy intake of adult dogs, and depending upon the breed, will need to be fed a food that contains 25 to 30% protein. Remember, the adult size of a dog is determined genetically, not by how fast the animal grows. So don't overfeed in an attempt to accelerate a puppy's growth rate. It won't happen. If they're allowed to overeat, puppies can consume too many calories, unfortunately, grow too rapidly, and develop health problems. Small breeds often reach their adult body weight in 9 to 12 months. As puppies, it's okay to leave dried food out for a small portion of time so that they can pack as they wish. But most medium breed puppies and all large or giant breed pups can suffer from bone or joint problems if they eat too much during this stage and benefit most from controlled feeding. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We are still having a conversation here around dog nutrition tips. I want to talk to you now about feeding your adult dog. For adult dog, it's a different ball game. Adult dogs require sufficient nutrients to meet energy needs and to maintain and repair body tissues. The amount you feed your adult dog should be based on his or her size and energy output. Activity levels may vary dramatically between pets and will play an important role in determining caloric intake. The amount you feed your adult dog should be based on his or her size and energy output, like I said. For example, an animal with a normal activity level should receive what I call maintenance energy. A pampered lap dog may require just 10% of that, while an active pet who exercises regularly outdoors may require maintenance plus 20 to 40%. You may need to adjust portions as you learn your dog's ideal maintenance amount. Pet owners should always consult with their dog's vet to determine the best feeding schedule and types of food for their pets. Outside factors like the temperature can contribute to how much your dog should eat. So since keeping warm and cool require extra energy expenditure, extreme hot or cold weather can also increase a dog's energy needs. So you want to sort of clarify all this, always talk to your pet's vet about what to do when the mercury dips or soars. Now, feeding working canines, let's say canine in the police force or other activities, canines that are very active, a dog's energy needs will increase with his or her work and stress level. And the dietary needs of working canines, such as police dogs, as I said, guide dogs, and cattle dogs, will depend on their occupations. A dog with a moderate workload may require an energy increase of 40% compared to maintenance, whereas a dog with a high workload may require an extra 50 to 70%. Now, if your dog has had surgery, it's very important to be specific about the nutrition, because an animal recovering from surgery or suffering from a disease may have an increased nutritional requirement for repair, healing, and fighting infection. Be sure to check with your vet on your pet's post-op nutritional needs. Make sure that you also limit the treats. Treats should be given in moderation and represent 5% or less of the dog's daily food intake. The rest should come from a nutritionally complete dog food. When using treats as motivation, such as during training exercises, use the smallest pieces you can. And one thing you also want to do when it comes to feeding your adult dog is to set a feeding schedule. You want to feed your dog twice daily. Simply divide the amount of food your pet requires into 2 meals spaced 8 to 12 hours apart. Dogs may be fed in a number of ways that meet both the owner's and the animal's needs. These methods include portion control, that's one, free choice, and timed feeding. Portion control feeding refers to controlling the amount of food that your pet consumes by measuring your pet's food and providing it in one or more meals daily. This method is often used for weight control programs and for animals that might overeat. It fed free choice. Free choice, as the name implies, allows food to be available to your pet at all times, as much as your pet wants and whenever he or she wants it. This method is best when feeding dry food, which will not spoil when left out. Most nursing mothers are often free choice fed, but some dogs will overeat when fed in this manner, resulting unfortunately in weight gain, obesity. So timed feeding involved making a portion of food available for your pet to eat for a specific period of time. For example, you can place the food in the dog's bowl for 30 minutes. After that time, if the pet has not consumed the food, you remove it. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're also having a conversation today around dog nutrition, and I'm giving you the A to Z of dog nutrition. And so we've talked about feeding your puppy, feeding your adult dog. Now we want to talk about feeding your senior dog. Dogs generally begin to show visible age-related changes at about 7 to 12 years of age, depending on the breed. There are metabolic, immunologic, and body composition changes too. Some of this may be unavailable, while others can be managed with diet. When feeding your older dog, the main goal should be to maintain health and optimum body weight, slow the development of chronic disease, and minimize diseases that may already be present. Your pet's size will determine when to begin a senior diet, right? Because as your dog ages, health issues may arise, including deterioration of skin and coat, loss of muscle mass, more frequent intestinal problems, arthritis, obesity, dental problems, and decreased ability to fight off infection. Since smaller dogs live longer and don't experience these age-related changes as early as bigger dogs, size is used to determine when it's time to feed your canine a senior diet. Let me give you a good guideline. Small breeds and dogs weighing less than 20 pounds, 7 years of age. Medium breeds and dogs weighing 21 to 50 pounds, 7 years of age. The large breeds and dogs weighing 51 to 90 pounds, 6 years of age. The giant breeds and dogs weighing 91 pounds or more, 5 years of age. You start the senior diet around 5 years of age. Now, avoid senior diet. They have reduced levels of protein, because research has shown that the protein requirement for older dogs does not decrease with age, and that protein levels do not contribute to the development of or progression of renal, in other words, kidney failure. Therefore, it is essential to feed older dogs diets that contain optimum levels of highly digestible protein to help maintain good muscle mass. Older dogs have been shown to progressively put on body fat in spite of consuming fewer calories. So this change in body composition, for example, is unavoidable and may be aggravated by either reduced energy expenditure or a change in metabolic rate. So either way, it is important to feed a diet with a lower caloric density to avoid weight gain, but with a normal protein level to help maintain muscle mass. You want to talk to your vet about increasing your senior dog's GLA and FOS intake. What's GLA? GLA stands for gamma linolenic acid, This is an omega-6 fatty acid that plays a role in the maintenance of healthy skin and coat. Although it is normally produced in a dog's liver, GLA levels may be diminished in older dogs. Aging can affect a dog's intestinal bacteria, which can result in symptoms of gastrointestinal disease. Senior diets for dogs should contain FOS, that's fructo-oligosaccharides, to promote the growth of beneficial bacteria. Now, you want to look for foods with high level of vitamin E and beta carotene. Antioxidants such as vitamin E and beta carotene help eliminate free radical particles that can damage body tissues and cause signs of aging. So senior diets for dogs should contain higher levels of this antioxidants compounds. Antioxidants can also increase the effectiveness of the immune system in senior dogs. While you're doing everything, whatever you do, whatever you're trying to feed your senior dog properly, please maintain consistency. Try to have a routine care for geriatric pets should involve a consistent daily routine and periodic vet examination to evaluate the presence or progress of chronic disease. Stressful situation and abrupt changes in daily routine should be avoided at all. If a drastic change must be made to an older pet's routine, you want to minimize stress by introducing the change in a gradual manner. All right, I'll be right back right after this, and I'll talk to you about overweight dogs. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi, the awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I hope that you are enjoying this conversation so far. I'm enjoying it. It's just fantastic. I love dogs. I love cats, so it's just great for me. Let's talk about overweight dogs. Unfortunately, as humans, we have transferred our obesity problems onto the pets world, if you will. One of the most common pitfalls dog parents should watch for is overfeeding. So attempts to shower your dogs with love by means of big meals and lots of tasty treats are sweet, but definitely misguided. In dogs, as with humans, extra weight can lead to health problems. So be sure to indulge your four-legged friend with affection, not food. What are the causes of obesity in dogs? Obesity is an extremely common problem in pets, and as with humans, it can be very detrimental. The overweight pet has many added stress upon her body and is at an increased risk of diabetes, liver problems, and joint pain. Obesity develops when energy intake exceeds energy requirements. This excess energy is then stored as fat. The majority of cases of obesity are related to simple overfeeding coupled with lack of exercise. Certain groups of dogs appear to be more prone to obesity than others. Specific breeds such as Labrador retrievers and pugs and older dogs are particularly susceptible. How to tell if your pet is overweight? There are a few easy ways to identify whether your pet has put on the pounds. You should be able to feel the backbone and touch the ribs in an animal of healthy weight. If you cannot feel your pet's ribs without pressing, there is too much fat. Also, you should see a noticeable waist between the back of the rib cage and the hips when looking at your pets from above. When viewed from the side, there should be a tuck in the tummy, meaning the abdomen should go up from the bottom of the rib cage to inside the thighs. Dogs who fail this simple test may be overweight. How do you help manage your dog's weight? Let me give you a few tips that can help your pet shed the extra padding. Note that if your pup has put on weight, I recommend that you consult your pet's vet before starting on a weight loss program. So correct your pet's diet. Overweight animals consume more calories than they require. You want to work with your vet to select a more suitable food and determine your pet's caloric requirements. The diet should contain a normal level of moderately fermentable fiber and fat to prevent the skin and coat from suffering during weight loss. Increase regular exercise. Increase in physical activity can be a valuable approach to both weight loss and weight maintenance. Regular exercise burns more calories, reduces appetite, changes body composition, and will increase your pet's resting metabolic rates. Modify your behavior, because if you change the diet and you introduce sports, and you're not modifying your own behavior as a pet owner, it wouldn't work. Because a successful weight management program means making changes in your behaviors that have contributed to your pet's weight. For example, you may be giving your pet too many treats or not giving her enough opportunity to exercise. So here are some ways you can commit to your pet's weight loss. Remove your pets from the room when the family eats. Feed your pet several small meals throughout the day. Reduce snacks and treats. And feed all meals and treats in your pet's bowl only. Provide non-food related attention with lots of affection. All right, folks, this is it for today. So these were the dog nutrition tips I had for you. And kind of quickly recap what we talked about today. I had spoken to you about nutrients your dog needs, weaning and feeding your puppy, feeding your adult dog, feeding your senior dog, and how to handle overweight dogs. I will see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.